Good afternoon on this beautiful sunny Tuesday afternoon in southern Alberta in McGrath. I have the final chapter for the MGB V6 Camaro conversion. It's all done. It's just right by my side here. Just turn around to get a glimpse of it. So what I'm going to do is give you a walk around and a test drive. This will be the final chapter of this conversion, which has taken a little while, lots of little pieces to repair, but I'll walk you around it as well. So I'll get you sorted out and I'll show you the engine bay and we'll go for a test run. Okay, here's the engine bay. It's good with bright sunshine. I am trying to be in the shade here a little bit. So it is all put together. I'll show you what modifications I had to make this one run properly. Let's start with the carburetor. So the original carburetor was a Varijet on this engine in the Camaro, and I tried to make that work. I just couldn't get it to work, so I abandoned the idea and I went for, after a lot of looking around, there isn't very much for it as a bolt-on, but I put a 3236 DGV Weber on here with its low profile filter, and that was the other consideration, is the height. I had to make, I don't know if you can see it, I'm going to even get in here, just a car going by. I had to make up an adapter plate. I CNC'd in my own shop a adapter plate which fitted on there. So I did that. I had to switch over fuel fillers from one side to the other because I wanted to put in this breather pipe through the valve here. That was the biggest one to do. I have to do one little bit of tidying up actually, I just noticed. I can show you the other side of the carburetor. I had to make up a stronger bracket as well, because if you put your foot down hard, it would pull this forward, and that's the accelerator cable there. The automatic choke, which I was a little bit disappointed in when it came from the factory, was actually installed wrong from the factory. I had to turn it around, but that's now working. It's the electric choke. The heater control valve is now hooked up and wired in, I should say. What else? Not a lot else. Timing, gotta get the timing sorted out as well. I don't think it's perfect yet, but it's pretty darn close, and you'll see why in a minute. Now, I had a problem with it, the alternator charging, and I even took, this was a brand new alternator, I even took the new one back because I thought it was faulty, and it still didn't charge. In the end, I discovered it was the bulb in the dashboard. As soon as I put a new bulb in there, because I was burnt out, it started charging, so it just needed that exciter circuit to get it going. Put in a new sender, temperature sensor down here. That was really it for under the engine bay. I still think it looks very tidy conversion. It sounds nice. Oh yes, and when I left it last year, there's no exhaust system on the car, and there is an exhaust system. Now let's close this down. I have the gas struts on here. As you can see from the car itself, it's a rubber bumper one, and it's in very nice red, metallic red, almost like a candy apple. Really nice paint job. Let's just show you what we did for an exhaust. Went for a twin pipe with chrome covers on there. I'll do a sound in a minute, what it sounds like. Inside is the same as last year. Just go back inside, and we now have a gear knob on here, a 5-speed gear knob. I had to do some work inside of here to make sure I could select all the gears without it catching on the padding inside. That was the final job I did today. Otherwise, the instruments are what I put in last year of Yelgin, GPS speedometer, you'll see that working in a minute, and speedometer, which seems to sit at that RPM all the time. Not all the time, but when it starts up, it goes to the correct RPM. And that is really it. So I will get it set up now for a test drive, and we'll take it down the road and see what it goes like. I've already test drove it, by the way. It's not the first time. I think it's very smooth and good. But anyway, we'll go for a ride and we'll see what it does. Alrighty, engine is running. So I can hear it running. Idle is around 1000 RPM. Oil pressure does come up. Engine is warm. So let's go for a little test run. I'll put your camera on the mount here on the windscreen, and I'll take you for a little test drive. Okay, let's get her on the road. Don't go too far. Give you my driving impressions. Bit of a whine in first, but nothing serious. First impressions is when I drove it, it's got lots of torque. We're on a little bit of a gravel road here. When I get off a gravel road, I'll continue. Pull away in second gear, no problem. Gear shift. It's just a typical 4V T5 transmission. We're in third gear right now. So lots of torque. Feels very smooth compared to the original 4-bagger engine, which was in here. I'm hoping the sound's going to come over okay. Past the speed limit, I'll open up a little bit. In third gear. GPS speedometer is working as it should. Drop into fourth. Yeah, Weber's sucking a little bit of induction noise. Good gear. Something else really feels a bit of an MGB. Anyway, let's get on to highway speed limit. That's 100 kilometers an hour. RPM is around 2,800. Maybe that's 2,600 around there. Which is a big difference from the original speed on the MG. The MG, which wasn't really built for these North American wide open roads and really British country lanes. So having this 5-speed on here for these North American roads is a plus. A lot of my North American friends, when they're in the British cars, they know the engines rev too high, they don't like it. They used to have cars revving around 2,000 RPM at highway speeds. I just pull it. A little bit of hesitation, but just pull away. I am going uphill right now with
right now. I won't tell you what that is, but not too far. Busy. This cruises. It's a beautiful little car now. The noise isn't too bad. Not much rumble. Typical V6 movements. All day of this one. It's no problem. You can see all the films that's for me on your mouth field when I take it back tomorrow. What we're really doing now at this speed, so up the roads we have, is cruise control. That'll be a nice option for it. Make it a nice car. Seats in this one all made there, redone and refurbished. Not by me. And I'm actually going to MG, I'm 6'2", and I'm just looking underneath the windshield. I'm going to turn around up here in a second. Good acceleration. Downshifts really nice. Turn around here. What I'm going to do is I'll pull over and I'll put the camera by the exhaust, and hopefully we can get a sample of the exhaust that sounds like. Oh, beautiful little car now. And for myself, that was a 4-cylinder I restarting. This will be one option for me as well. Boats. I'm just going to put it down here. We'll reset the camera and see what noise it makes on acceleration.
Hi, welcome back. I was just putting together this video on the computer in front of me now. This is after the drive. I noticed there's a few bits missing, which is probably my fault because of I didn't turn the video record on, or sound wasn't right. So there's a few little mistakes in there, but the gist of it is all in there. The last little clip was when I got back and I did an engine run-up sound on my drive to give you an impression of what it sounded like. And I think you got the idea of the engine sound when I was like a previous clip. Anyway, I just want to give a summary of this engine build. It's a 2.8 Camaro V6. It was a lot of work, I have to admit. I guess I got paid for doing this. I'm quite generous with my time. I don't overcharge or put extra hours in there. The owner was very happy with the rate I was charging to do this conversion, and it was almost finished last year. Only thing we had to do was to put the exhaust on there, and time the exhaust got on there, winter sets in here in Alberta, and nobody drives a convertible sports car around in the winter here. It's just too darn cold, and there's snow and all that fun stuff. Anyway, so it got back in the spring, and I went back and did a few little jobs at his house in the spring, and I decided about the carburetor was no good on there. The original carburetor was just garbage, junk, rubbish, however you want to pronounce it. So I did hunt around. I think I said in the video, I did end up buying a Weber 3236 DGV. I wanted the height was a real big consideration of how tall the carburetor was, and the Weber carburetor filter was the perfect height, and it does fit under the hood. I'm making modifications to the hood. Little bits and pieces. I think I'll do a summary of cost later on in another video. It's quite expensive when you add it all up, including my time. But the end result is a very pleasing result. It drives really nicely, and I think the owner is going to really enjoy it. It will go back tomorrow morning to him for him to test drive it as well. There may be a few other things to do on it, teething problems, but right now it's a drivable car. It drives really nicely. So overall, I'm very pleased with my results on it. Again, apologize for some of the noise, the sound quality in the video. We're all learning here. So appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe. There will be more car videos coming along. I just came into the shop a 1975 Chevrolet Nova SS, which is a total nut and bolt frame off restoration job. That'll be on video as well. Anyway, thank you so far. Any questions, I'll be willing to answer. Any help along the way doing these conversions, I will try and help the best I can. Again, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. Bye for now.